Hello, welcome welcome back to Lena, my name, Luna the Moon, Lena Luna's tarot channel. So, if you are new, then you might not know this, but if you are not new, then you will know that this setup is slightly different. Yeah, so today we're trying something different. I don't know how this will go, but I will be attempting to do a pick a card reading because I got these really cute memo stickers like these. It's so cute. Although Chinese is hard. I am Chinese, just in case you don't know, but like, is this Neptune? I have no idea if, like, what this Chinese is. Like, I don't know terminologies for a lot of things, like, for direct translation, because these are not things that we actually talk about in daily lives, so, so yeah. But I will assume that this is Neptune. That was not a crack, but it sounds like a crack. I'm sorry. Anyways, so this is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3. I will do some, like, it's a reading that's just like some words to you, you know, like there's no specific question, something similar. It's not really a general reading, it's just basically like some words to you. So you can choose based on your energy on the decks or the memo stickers. So you can take as long as you need for this, and I will go straight into the reading. Okay, so let's get into the Mars first. Okay. Wait, I forgot to disclaim. Okay, I'll disclaim first. So, disclaimer that I'm not a professional reader and I do this as a hobby. And, yeah, I do this as a hobby, so please just take what resonates and leave the rest. And I am even more new to this concept of pick a card reading, like actually doing one of these. So, please be nice. And please communicate to me whatever you think, like your thoughts and everything. Please consider like and subscribe and share it to your friends if this actually works out. And yeah, let's move on. And yeah, I also consider, I'm so sorry, I'm so disorganized. I am panicking because this is so unfamiliar to me. Anyways, so I also consider like tarot card readings, except for the spiritual elements of things. I do also believe that this these things is a way to like for you to connect to your subconscious. So please just be open-minded and like acknowledge whatever comes through in your mind, and whether you agree with things or not and things like that. It's from your brain, from your heart, you know, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's actually this time move on to the first reading. So for pile 1, this is the Mars memo sticker. And I am yet to be familiar with the meaning of Mars, but you can look into that if you're interested. Let's look into the tarot card. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 6. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords in upright position. 6. No, that's 7 of Swords. I swear I need to learn this soon enough. Okay, so 7 of Swords in upright position. So let's take a look at the surface meanings. So the number 7 usually talks about reflection and or assessments. And the Suit of Swords usually talks about intellect, reasons, and or communication. And it's also an air sign. So it may be like, it may involve with someone of these signs, like the signs of like involving someone of an air sign, or the situation that you have right now, or we may talk about, might have characteristics of the air element, like light, hot, wet, you know. And let's take a look at this. So specifically for reflection and or assessments, I will think that it's more of assessment, a situation about like assessing things, because you can see these eyes that's on top, that's kind of looking into what's going on right now. So of course, like the color of the eyes are different, this person and this person. So, and this person is kind of looking like they're unaware, they're kind of being joyful. At least they don't look alarmed or anything, you know. Or like, even though she does have all these swords that she's hugging, but she doesn't look like she's like going to attack anyone or anything. It just looks like there's this person or there's this situation that you may need to keep an eye out for and to analyze the situation. That person may seem like they have a lot of power, because like to me, like swords symbolizes power, and like, yeah, you may be very analytical of them, but you may be thinking too much, because although they are hugging all these powers, they do hold all these powers, they're not actually using it in a very bad way, not harming anyone nor defending themselves, because it's just there. They're not even holding it in a way that's like, ooh, stab, 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 you know. Like, they're even, like, their hands, like, although they have that armor thing, their hands are even on the blade. So they are actually very, like, pretty oblivious to the power that they hold. And sometimes they might even accidentally harm themselves from it. So, like, although you may be analyzing this person, you might just be thinking too much, and maybe at some point you might even just start to care for them and want to help them out, because they are pretty oblivious to things despite having all these powers and things like that. That's what I got from the visual element, and let's go into the actual definition of the card. Okay, 7 of Swords. The divinatory meaning is that sometimes a clever or sneaky plan may seem foolproof. What could possibly go wrong? In this situation, whether the plan has honorable or dishonorable or merely questionable motives, someone is watching. You may feel like you did or will get away with something, but the truth is, it simply isn't going to turn out as you thought. Whether or not you get the resulting benefits you expect remains to be seen. Even if you do, there will be a cost. Advice is that if you can, rethink your plan. If you can't, come clean and don't try to make things worse by hiding your actions. So is this you instead? I have no idea. Although I do feel like, because these eyes are the thing that caught my attention first, I do feel like you are the one that's analyzing the situation. But however, like, it is your situation, so you can just take it however you resonate. And this might be just something to, like, I'm looking at the definition again, and I think, in a way, if you are really that insecure about something that that person is doing, you can, like, this is kind of, like, reassuring you that even if something is going on, other than you, other people are also watching, and things will not go unnoticed if things are really truly bad, you know, because, like, there are times where some people, like, where you might be like, oh, that person's trying to pretend to be oblivious, or like blah blah blah, trying to be manipulative and things like that. But other than you, there will be other people that take notice of it if something is truly wrong. So just don't stress too much about that. Yeah. And moving on to the Oracle card. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. I think I just got this card like yesterday or something, a few readings ago. New moon in Virgo. When this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you? Where do you want to go? The new moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests that you make that restart a clever one. That's simple and well organized. A Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it, so if you've been unwell, this card suggests that your health is on the top. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies, so add these into your routines now. However you've been feeling. Sorry. If a situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're over-analyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less of what someone else can do for you and to think more about what you can do for others. The tune to the moon is to recommit to healthy morning and evening routines. Additional meaning for this card is that gradual improvements are coming. Pay attention to details if you want success without being pedantic. Be of service to others, and love and money will follow. And the person you're asking about is reliable. I think this is what jumps out, because this is kind of like a person situation. At least that's what it feels like. The teaching is Virgo is the sign of health, service, and analysis. Its energy is precise and has a feel of the harvest about it. When this card comes up, it could be that a wonderful bounty is coming your way. However, the energy of the new moon in Virgo is usually about getting your life in order. So that's what you need to do at the time of the new Virgo new moon and whenever else you pull this card. Yeah, that's it for this reading. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that it resonates. I'm kind of confused because I don't have a specific situation to look into, but I really hope that it makes sense for you personally. And yeah, I would try and, like, please tell me, and, like, please reach out, like, no matter comment or just, like, in DMs of the contact, from the contact that's listed in my description below. But yeah, if you want a personal reading, I am available. Like, usually it's like most people reach out to me on Twitter, so that's probably where you will get the fastest response, and I will put you to my list of clients, and then I will do them in the order that they've been requested. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that I will be able to read for you again in the future. And once again, please communicate to me. Consider commenting, liking, and or subscribing and sharing to your friends. Thank you. And then moving on to the next reading. Pile 2. Pile 2 is Earth, right? I think pile 2 is Earth. So this is the Earth one. Okay. So, I don't know what Earth symbolizes, but what I'm feeling is that, like, Earth is the place of life and energy. So, there's that. So maybe it might be relevant. Because I thought of that because we are here on Earth, you know. Okay, your tarot card is King of Wands. Is it Wands? I didn't read that wrong, right? Yes, it's King of Wands. So let's talk a little about the service meeting. So the Suit of Wands talks about will, passion, drive, project, and or career. And it's also a fire sign, so it may or may not involve people of the fire signs. Like, fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and they have the characteristic, or maybe the situation has the characteristic of hot, dry, and ardent. Yeah, of being hot, dry, and ardent. And okay, let's move on to the visual element of this card. Let's see. So what pops up to me is just that this person is looking into these flames and they are looking kind of peaceful. Like just like, it's not, it kind of looks like they're observing it, just like enjoying it. Like maybe not enjoying it because they don't look like, ooh, this is fun, you know. But it does look like they are observing it. And that's just what jumps up. Like, are they observing a dangerous situation and wondering if they will what if like you are the fire, you know? Like, cause wands do symbolize will, passion, drive, project, and or career, right? So maybe someone, either someone of authority, like bosses, or like someone that's thinking whether or not they should hire you, of someone or someone of interest is looking at you and observing you, and they can see your drive, because fire talks about passion, right? So maybe they're seeing your drive and possibly like being interested in you because they saw the drive in you, they saw the fire in you, like, basically. Yeah, that's it from the visual element. Not a lot, but yeah, there's that. Let's look at the divinatory meaning. So, King of Wands. The King of Wands adores taking action and making decisions, often in service of something larger than himself, perhaps a business, political activism, or volunteer coordination. He has the experience, authority, and means to execute exciting new ideas, and is always on the lookout for opportunities. Sometimes his position in life requires that he settle down and take care of mundane responsibilities, but this makes him frustrating and cranky. His natural inclination and skills are at their best when he's doing something. The advice is to find a beneficial cause to give your energy and abilities to. Participate in something bigger than you are. Make a difference. Reverse is lack of attention to emotional matter, logical reasoning, or physical concerns. Oh, right, and also something that I thought of while I was reading the definition is that something I completely forgot about is, like, king. So, of course, like, authority. That makes sense, right? Anyways, like, since it's reverse, and it talks about lack of attention to emotional matters, logical reasoning, and or physical concerns, I feel like it might be about how you are kind of neglecting your own self, like the things that we talked about just now, emotional matters, logical reasoning, and or physical concerns, because you're so engrossed in the things that you're doing, like your job, career, like studies and things like that. But it's just, I feel like the advice that this is telling you is that people can see the things that you're doing, like your hard work is paying off. But then the thing is, you still need to take care of yourself, like your emotions, your physical being, like things like that. Like a lot of the things that people, like a lot of people just neglect their emotional health. However, it is equally as important as your physical health. So please attend to that, like both your physical and emotional health, and also logical reasoning. Don't just like bury yourself in work, because like I do know someone personally that always overwork themselves because they're just like a workaholic, and like people do appreciate it, people do like see it, and like they do get into these very high positions at work. But then the thing is, like, their body eventually fails them and they have this issue, that issue, blah blah blah, and it's just, it gets very scary. That's one thing. And second of all, it's like health is something that you really cannot ignore. Like if you work too hard, the money that you need to recover your health, that might like be even more pricey, you know. And health is something that, like, if you really overworked yourself too much, it's something permanent. Like it's, you just can't go back, you know. So please do attend to your physical and mental health. So that's it from this tarot card, and let's look into the oracle card. It's surrender to the divine full moon. I got this card again yesterday. But yeah, like something that I'll say before getting into the actual definition is that please do some more meditation, sleep enough, and things like that. You're working hard enough. And the moon, like the moon, your guardians, your spirits, they are guiding you. They're looking over you. Please, 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 just give yourself some rest and like focus more on yourself, because that also contribute to how well you can perform in things. Okay. Definition. The very word climax brings all sort of ideas and images to mind. Agreed? But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface. No matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card, matters will soon conclude and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. Attuned to the moon is that I am getting the answers I need. Additional meaning for this card is that a wish you made may be about to come true. It's a make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy, and it's time to let go of the past and move on. The teaching is that the full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a power card. The full moon is often the time when answers are given. given to questions asked during new moon. And pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. And I'd just like to say that, like, although they did say, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold, I do feel like, because it says surrender to the divine, it's more of like spiritually, or like attend to your own self. Because, as I said, you are already working very hard, like physically, in terms of your performance. So it's like that thing about sleep. A lot of people just like crams to study right before the exam and things like that. But if you just cram and you lose sleep, that is bad for your like memory. Like in psychology class, I remember being told that, like, when you don't sleep enough, like when you don't get enough sleep, that affects how well you can remember things. So it's like something like that. Basically, like, if you don't treat your body well enough, you're not going to perform as well. So just like, please treat yourself well. And even like I have this like experience now that, like, so I'm currently in my first year of university, and for the first semester I did surprisingly well. I'm usually not a good like I'm usually not a student that's good at academics, but this term I'm doing well because all I've been doing is just staying at home and giving myself rest. That's one thing. The second thing is that I don't last minute my things, and that gave me a lot less stress because I have more time to really polish things and slowly take things through, and I can like plan out, like, let's say I have this essay due, so I'm planning for like these 2 days, and then I am starting to work on it for this one day, and then maybe even try to finish it that day, and then another day to continue working on it or polish it, and then I'll be done, or something like that. Like, of course it can take longer than that, but basically what I'm saying is I can like spread out my workload, and I can take it slow, and there, like, that way I don't have to panic if I'm just doing it on the last 2 days and I'm like, oh no, I don't have any ideas, or like I need to get it done as soon as possible. What if I don't have enough time? It's like kind of that thing. Like, if you don't give yourself too much pressure, or like rushing yourself too much, you know, you can be less stressed. Like, of course there's still like appropriate amount of stress, because like cortisol level works the best with your body and performance when it's just like at this normal like level, so-called normal, you know. But yeah, like, just treat yourself well. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't last minute things. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, do more meditation, like just attend to yourself, and maybe like even taking small walks, like doing things that's outside of just working. That's it. Thank you for listening to my rant. I hope that it resonates. It is my first time doing a pick a card reading, so I really hope that this worked. I do offer personal readings for free, so please go to the description box below and contact me that way. And usually I do reply the quickest on Twitter, and then I will put you in my list of clients, and then I will get to you in like a first come first serve order, basically. And yeah, that's just about it. Please communicate to me about your thoughts on this reading. Consider to comment, like, and or subscribe, or share it to your friends. And then that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please just take what resonates and yeet away the rest. That's it. Bye-bye. Okay, on to the next reading. It's Neptune, right? I think it's Neptune. Neptune. Or that it's just this purple thingy that's really pretty. So honestly, I would choose this one. So let's see what I have to say to myself. Okay. The card is 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Okay. So 10. The number 10 usually talks about like ending. And also Cups talks about emotions, relationships, intimacy, and or creativity. And it is a water sign. So it may involve people of it is a water card, so it may involve people of the water sign like Cancer, Scorpio, and or Pisces, and maybe the situation has the characteristic of being cold, wet, and or soft, but that may not be relevant. Yeah, okay, so let's look into the visual elements. So it is 10 of Cups. It talks about ending. So there's this family. So like, but it's in reverse. So is it really a happy ending? That's the question. Like, I feel like, so there's this. Okay, so the thing is, because this is in reverse, and all these cups are just like at the bottom of this, and like the people are here. So I like what this calls out to me is that maybe your head is too full with all these desire for a dream or like expectation for this really nice ending. Because look at this like happy family, happy ending, you know, like that sun and everything. It feels like everything is coming to an end in a very nice way. It's like a very nice full stop that's like a circle, you know, very dreamy, like this color, like all these color. But then it either is like you giving yourself too much expectation for this ending, or like being too focused on this goal, and to the point where you're just like being too focused on this goal, or like having this really nice thing happening to you, this really nice ending that's happening to you, and you're just being afraid that being afraid that there's something more to it, like things may go wrong, things are too happy right now, too good right now, this is too good to be true, you know. So you are afraid. Maybe that's what's happening. What calls out to me in terms of this card. Now let's take a look at the actual definition of 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. A suit of cups, like a fairy tale, ends with happily ever after. And yeah, like a fairy tale, the suit of cups, like a fairy tale, ends with a happily ever after card. In this moment, the hard work of fostering healthy, loving relationships culminates in a sense that all is right with the world. In addition, looking from this vantage point at the future is glorious. You are all sharing the same beautiful dream and ready to take the next step together. The future may bring challenges, but you know together you can face anything. The advice is to really enjoy this feeling, imprint it in your heart, and make sure your loved ones know without doubt how you feel. You can draw on this feeling for strength during hard times. Reverse is showing false front, family arguments, broken promises, or vows. Okay. So there's that. So yeah, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't have anything to add on. It's just or like it's possible that the reverse is also like the fear of having the. Hey, it's Lena here. I'm sorry, I just got called. But I was just saying that the reversal might also mean that like might talk about the fear of having those thoughts of things like false front and things like that, like fear that someone else that's a part of the relationship like might have those kind of things, like that's all I wanted to say, and then I will move on. Hi, sorry, someone called. Okay, anyways, let's move on to the Oracle card. Yes, so it's Full Moon in Virgo. You are good enough. I think that actually links together pretty well, because this is about a card about like doubts in relationship. Like, except for my yeah, okay, so let's link my visual interpretation to the description. So like all these expectations and things, they may be specific to your relationship, and I would just like to say that like in relationships there are things like codependency, or just like being afraid that you're not good enough for your partner or your family, or like just like or your friends, because relationship works in many forms. And this card is, of course it works for like any situation, but even more so like when it's in terms of relationship, because as I said, we often question ourselves and whether or not we are good enough for others. And like, yeah, that. And then let's take a look at the divinatory meaning. Is it divinatory meaning? If it's in this oracle card? I think so, yeah. Full Moon in Virgo. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what leads you to ask your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far, and drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are, and your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings result. The tune to the moon is to find the balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. Additional meaning for this card is that worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Stop second-guessing yourself. And raise your karma by doing something good for someone else. The teaching is that the full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. It's the time to sort out what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also the time to clear out your energies through salt baths and meditation, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. Yeah, so please attend to yourself mentally and physically, and do meditations and things like that. I think that sums up pretty well. Anyways, that's the end of the reading. Thank you for letting me read for you. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it made sense. It is truly my first time to do a pick a card reading, so I hope that worked. Regardless, I do specialize, well, not specialize, but I am more familiar with personal reading, and I offer them for free, so feel free to contact me through the the method of contact that I've listed in my description box below, and yeah, please consider commenting, liking, and or subscribing, and just like honestly communicate with me about what you think about this reading, because that is truly appreciated. You can contact me in just commenting or just like actually like reaching out by the way that I've listed in my description box. And yeah, please share it to your friends if you'd like to. And that's it for today, and I hope to see you again, and I hope that I didn't repeat myself too much, because at this point I'm really confused about what I have said and what I haven't. Anyways, thank you so much, and bye bye.